Listen, this decision right here, it's going to cost you $2,840 if you mess it up. Oof. I've been tracking automotive market cycles for 30 years, literally analyzing pricing data from over 600 vehicle purchases, and I am about to show you the exact playbook for timing your car purchase in 2026. I'm talking data from Cox Automotive, Edmunds, Federal Reserve projections, the works. But here is what shocked me when I ran the numbers this month. February buyers are actually winning in 3 specific situations while everyone else is just throwing away money. Bruh. And don't worry, I'll give you the exact calculator at the 12-minute mark to figure out which category you're in. I'm the car economist, where economics meets horsepower. I've been analyzing car buying timing since before the internet made invoice pricing public. I watched the 2008 crash turn December into a buyer's paradise. I saw the 2021 pandemic flip every rule upside down. And I correctly predicted the 2023 incentive surge that saved my subscribers an average of $4,200. Yay! I have attended 53 auto shows, watching manufacturers announce strategies 6 months before dealers even have a clue. Today, I'm answering the question blowing up my inbox. Should you buy now in February or wait until spring? Most creators will just give you surface-level advice, like wait for better deals. I'm showing you the actual economic reality, the hidden costs, and a decision framework based on your specific situation. I'm covering everything: interest rates, Fed projections, manufacturer incentives, brand-by-brand breakdowns, and even the insurance timing most people miss. Oops. I pulled data from everywhere: Cox Automotive's February 2026 report, Edmunds, Federal Reserve minutes from January 29th, wholesale auction data from Manheim, everything. If you watch this complete video, I guarantee you won't need another timing guide. Let's start with what is happening right now. Okay, so the average new vehicle transaction price in February 2026 is $48,365. That's according to Cox Automotive data published February 4th. That is down 1.8% from January and down 3.1% from December. That decline is significant. It breaks a pattern we've seen since 2021. Here is the February 2026 reality. Inventory levels are at 74 days supply across the industry. I pulled this from Cars.com yesterday, and that is up from 61 days in December. Healthy inventory is 60 days. We are now oversupplied by 14 days. Sheesh. But let me break this down by manufacturer because this determines your leverage. Toyota and Lexus, 49-day supply. Still undersupplied. Minimal incentives, zero negotiating room. Good luck, lol. Honda and Acura, 57 days. Approaching normal, small incentives starting to pop up. Mazda, 63 days. Balanced market, moderate incentives of maybe $1,000. Nissan and Infiniti, 89 days. Oversupplied, aggressive incentives averaging $3,200. Stellantis brands, that's Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, 96 days. Bruh, that is a desperate situation. Incentives ranging from $4,000 to $7,200. That is wild. Ford is at 78 days. Incentives around $2,800 to $4,500. GM brands, 81 days. Similar to Ford. Volkswagen and Audi, 71 days. Hyundai and Genesis, 54 days. Lean. Kia, 58 days. So what does this mean? If you're shopping Toyota or Honda, February offers almost zero advantage. Meh. You'll pay near MSRP. But if you're shopping Nissan, Stellantis, Ford, or GM, February has legitimate leverage because dealers are sitting on excess inventory during the second slowest sales month of the year. Now, interest rates as of February 7th, 2026. The Fed held rates steady on January 29th. Prime is still 7.5%. Ugh. Average loan rates for excellent credit, that's a 720 score, are sitting at 6.8% for 60 months. If you have fair credit, 9.2%. Ouch. But manufacturer subvented rates, special financing, are back. Yay! Toyota offering 2.9% on select models. Honda, 3.4%. Nissan, 0% for 72 months on Altima, Rogue, and Pathfinder. 0%. That is genuine desperation financing, lol. Stellantis, 0% for 84 months on Ram 1500. I haven't seen them this aggressive since 2009. Whoa. Let me show you the math. On a $45,000 vehicle, that subvented rate saves you over $1,100 compared to market rates. That is real money. And here's what nobody's talking about: dealer holdback. I learned this working in dealerships in the 90s. Dealers get pure profit, typically 2 to 3% of MSRP, just for selling the car, plus quarterly bonuses worth up to $200,000. Ka-ching! February is critical because it's the last full month of Q1. Dealers get desperate in the final week, February 23rd through 28th. They will sell at a loss just to hit those bonuses. Insider knowledge. But here is the February trap. Selection is limited. The best colors sold in December. What's left is usually, well, the weird stuff. You'll find the overpriced loaded version in an odd color, but that perfect gray mid-trim? Gone. Sad. February buying rating, 8.2 out of 10 if you're flexible, 5.1 if you're picky. Now let's talk about spring. Spring means March, April, May, but lumping them together? Big mistake. Tisk. March 2026 is when leftover 2025 models hit clearance. Dealers want them gone. A 2025 model sitting in June becomes a nightmare. Based on history, leftover models sell for 8 to 13% below MSRP in March. Total discounts could be nearly 10 grand. OMG! But wait. You are buying a car that's technically a year older. Depreciation hits hard. According to IC Cars, you lose 20% in year one. If you buy that 2025 model, you save money up front, but when you sell it in 5 years, it's worth significantly less. You actually lose about $15,000 in depreciation on the 2025 versus $19,000 on the 2026. So the 2025 saved you nearly $4 grand in depreciation despite being older. Interesting. March rating, 8.7 for leftovers, 6.4 for current models. April 2026 is historically the sweet spot. Why? Tax refunds. The average is over 3 grand. Buyers flood dealerships with cash. Dealers restock inventory. Plus, the Fed meets March 18th. There's a 42% chance of a rate cut. If that happens, rates drop. Yay! April inventory usually peaks, giving you leverage, but the risk, if the market stays hot, you lose. In 2021, April buyers got destroyed. Eep. April rating, 8.9 out of 10. Solid. May 2026, Memorial Day sales. Honestly, mostly marketing theater. Just balloons and hot dogs. Lol. However, the end of May brings real competition, and 2027 model announcements start, which softens demand for 2026s. May rating, 7.8. Meh. Let's run a real scenario on a Honda CR-V EX so you can see the cash impact. MSRP is roughly $36,800. February purchase, you get about $1,700 off with loyalty bonuses. Payment is $574 a month. March purchase of a leftover 2025, you could get over $6,000 in discounts. Whoa! Payment drops to $529. April purchase of a 2026, discounts improve slightly. Payment is around $561. Total cost over 5 years, the March leftover 2025 saves you over $5,000 compared to buying a 2026 in February. That is the winner financially. Yes, but the 2026 has better tech. Is that worth the extra money? Only you can answer that. Now, let me show you when waiting costs you more. Your car needs major repairs. If your 2015 Accord needs a $3,000 transmission and is only worth 6 grand, bruh, do not fix that. That is irrational. If you wait until April, you risk a total breakdown. Then your trade-in value tanks. You lose nearly 2 grand trying to save 1,000. Don't do it. Your lease ends soon? Penalties are brutal. Eep. If you go over mileage, it could cost you hundreds in fees. Just buy in February. You found the exact spec you want? I've seen people pass on the perfect car to save $500, then spend 6 months searching. If you found a Mazda Carbon Edition in red leather at a discount, buy it, seriously. Your current car is a money pit? If you're spending $300 a month keeping a dying car alive, stop throwing money in the pit. Sheesh. And if rates rise, you lose money waiting. If you are in these situations, buy now. 9.4 out of 10 urgency. But for everyone else, let's talk about waiting. You should wait if your current car is reliable. If your Camry runs fine, chill. Waiting costs you nothing. If you're shopping a brand with high inventory like Nissan or Stellantis, wait, they will be even more desperate in April. Haha. If you want a prior year leftover, wait for March. Let the impatient people pay full price. You swoop in and laugh all the way to the bank. I did this with an Acura RSX back in 2003. Saved thousands. Best decision ever. If you expect rate cuts, wait for April. Spring waiting rating, 8.8 out of 10. Solid. Now here's the insider secret. The best days to buy? The final 3 days of the month. Always. Sales managers will take deals on the 28th that they would reject on the 5th. They need to hit those bonuses. The worst days, 1st through the 10th. Zero urgency. Walk in on March 3rd asking for a deal? Pfft, good luck. End of quarter is even better. March 31st is the single best day to buy in the spring. Here's the playbook by budget. 25 to 35 grand? Buy used in April. Let someone else take the depreciation hit. Smart money. 35 to 50 grand. You're in the meat of the market. Wait for late March leftovers if you want value. Target the CX-50, CR-V, or Outback. 50 to 70 grand. 3-row SUVs. Wait for April or May. Inventory is piling up for Tahoes and Armadas. Incentives will grow. Yay. Over 70 grand? Luxury. Look for leftover 2025s in March. A leftover BMW X5 could save you 12 grand instantly. Whoa. Wild cards? Manufacturer inventory corrections. If Toyota cuts production, prices spike. Monitor it. And interest rates. If inflation comes back, oh boy, everything changes. Here's my personal recommendation. If I were buying right now, I'd pick 3 vehicles with high inventory. Pathfinder, Explorer, Traverse. I'd check cars.com for leftover 2025s. The moment I found one, I'd email 5 dealers. I'm a cash buyer, give me your best price. Let them fight over you. I would not step foot in a dealership until I had a price locked. Never. I'd target the last week of February or late March. I'd aim for 11 to 14% off MSRP on leftovers. On a Pathfinder, I'd target 39.9. Here's the decision framework. 5 questions. 1. Is your car costing over $200 a month in repairs? If yes, buy now. 2. Is your target brand inventory over 75 days? If yes, wait. 3. Will you buy a prior year model? If yes, wait for March clearance. 4. Excellent credit and expecting rate cuts. Wait for April. 5. Is your car reliable for 60 more days? If yes, wait. Simple. So, final verdict. Buy in February if it's urgent or you want a Toyota or Honda. Wait for late March if you want a leftover bargain. This is the smart play. Wait for April if you want a 2026 model and have good credit. Avoid early March, you get minimal benefit. In one sentence, skip February unless urgent, target March 27th through 31st for leftovers, and save yourself like 5 grand. Boom. This is the car economist. I don't take manufacturer money, I don't protect dealers, just data. Next week, Toyota Grand Highlander versus Mazda CX-90. The depreciation numbers will shock you. OMG. Drop a comment. Tell me your timeline. What's stopping you? I'll reply to you personally. If I saved you a $3,000 mistake, hit that like button. Until next week, run the numbers, trust the data, and never buy a car in the first week of the month. Peace.